Welcome back, Warco. We're still sliding under the waves, just outside of the Eastern Sounds and Scapa Flow. In fact, you can probably consider us still part of the Eastern Sounds because we haven't gotten very far. I'm going to take this moment to actually look back on the destroyer we got away from. I don't want to look at the destroyers which could still be a part of our escape, but this one not only having beached itself, but further having we've put ourselves beyond the block, and I don't think they're going to be able to get through here. You know, it didn't look this big when we were going through it at periscope depth, but yeah, that's a pretty big hole. They're going to have to fix that. Anyway, if we go follow the shore over here, actually I see it. Let's just see what happened with this destroyer. And what the well, that's much worse than I thought. Turns out this ship is going to have a much harder time getting back into service than I would have guessed. It just beached itself, but no, it must have rent a gigantic hole in its hull. That's anyway. It's flooding or something, and the bow has sunk. There's still people on board, which means the ship is not sunk itself. It's still registering as an active ship. Although it's... Whoa. Wow. That might no longer be true. So this ship is actually going to sink. That was amazing that we just happened to be on it when that happened. That was an amazing coincidence. The timing of this was perfect. But they haven't abandoned ship yet. But she is, wow, rolling in the waves, and she's actually done herself in. Very surprising. That's actually so funny that this happened just as we looked over here. And because I had no idea, I just figured we'd go look. And there it happened. Anyways, I was going to go over here and just see if she was still on the land, like what happens when she gets onto the shore. I don't even know, did she try to reverse and and they considered her having flooding in the front? I'm not really sure. All I know is these guys better clear. They're about to drown. Abandon your post! For God's sake, man. Oh, that's not good. They're stubborn. Say what you will about the British, but they are stubborn. Oh my gosh. This is really not good. Abandon ship, you fools! What good can you do your country if you're dead? Looks like they're finally abandoning ship. Not the gunners, though. Nope, yeah, the gunners have abandoned ship. This ship is actually sinking. Incredible. I'm extremely surprised. I guess this is as good a time as any for me to give my opinion on the port raids and kind of like metagame for a moment. I really dislike the port system and the way the AI gets caught up. I think I'm going to avoid ports in any of the future episodes. I don't really like this, and not only that, but I really hate being in shallow waters. As a submarine captain, in all of my patrols, of course, if we're playing in character, my captain is not that experienced, but if I'm able to metagame for another moment, in all of my patrols as in Silent Hunter 3, I've never been sunk in deeper water. If you can give me 100 or 150 meters of depth, I can get away. There's obviously an element of luck in that, but in general, I feel like I can escape whatever is happening, whatever's coming at me. Just listen to them as they come in. Flank speed, the depth charges when you're that far below water take a significant, maybe 2-3 seconds at least to get down to you. All those things lead to, I think, a much higher chance of survival. I think we'll just leave this guy. Is it appearing as a sunk ship? I guess we don't get... We're not that far away. Excuse me. 6 kilometers away, 7 kilometers away. But it's not surprising we can't get the report of that ship sinking because... I mean, we're underwater and there's a big island in the way. So that's my opinion, is I really prefer deep water action. The fact that you have to go into port to get some action sometimes is... Well, I mean, the only reason I wanted to go into Scapa Flow was just as a fun adventure. But just because there are little inconveniences with the artificial intelligence of these destroyers, we can see it all over the place, really. I am not getting any hydrophone contacts with these guys, and we're only going ahead 1/3. So I am... Let me just raise my observation scope and take a peek over there. Let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, it is about 45. Okay, let's see. Is there a destroyer out here? There was at some point. Is that it? Let's go ahead and use the external camera. I will keep this information separated in my brain from my captain's knowledge, but let's go ahead and see if all of these destroyers sank as well. Specifically, if they have, there's no point in me not using very, very high time compression. So let's just see what happened. I think they all got beached. Okay, yeah, looks like this one. Oh my gosh, how did that even happen? What the hell? How did you even ram your stern into the... That doesn't even make sense. And they have not yet abandoned ship. I'm curious what's going to happen if we actually go over in that direction. So we're going to make a detour. It's so weird. That means I should actually have them on my periscope. I think they're right here. I'm getting something. Or maybe it's not them. Oh, I'm getting them. Okay, wait. So this locking mechanic, I'm using the L key. Come on, I had them. There they are. You can lock on and the ship appears up here. So I locked. They must have moved a little bit, or... No, I think they just sank. I think they just sank. And this is what I was referring to earlier when I talked about I was targeting the troop transport, and then it wouldn't allow me to lock on suddenly. This is the exact same situation. So they may have just abandoned ship, and it may have reported, nope, the crew are still there. If this water wasn't so shallow, I'm gonna risk it too, because I feel like we're so... 4 meters. Yeah, that's not a whole lot of space. I want to stay low enough to use hydrophone contact, or hydrophones. But we'll go up ahead. Standard. I'm going to try to get over here as fast as I can. Maybe if we witness it sinking, it'll give us credit. I have no idea. I mean, we didn't sink it, obviously. But I think there was even one other destroyer. Oh my gosh. This one is intact, thank God. And it's a tribal. Yeah, you don't want to mess with these tribals. And this one looks very well intact. That's good to know. And this is also good because it'll prevent us from going, like I was going to do, it'll prevent us from nosing too close to that guy. So, I want to balance this out a little bit, but it's just crazy. It's absolutely insane that this is happening, that we're getting these ships sinking all over the place. We turn slightly to the left. Let me see if I can get it on the attack scope. Right here. Okay, I can clearly see it. Is this the one which is sinking or not, though? I wonder, actually, when I pressed external camera previously without the Grey Wolves mod, I think it was without the Grey Wolves mod, I would actually get a yellow icon indicating my position. That was actually kind of nice to have, because it'd be very easy to determine what 40 degrees off of starboard or whatever was from that. We were able to lock on, so they probably haven't abandoned ship quite yet. But this is not looking good. So I wonder what the British press is going to cover this up as. They probably shouldn't just say that a bunch of their ships ran aground and sank in pursuit of a German submarine that sank 3 ships and eluded them. Actually, I guess we sank 4 ships. And if you want to include the submarine which missed us, 5. Yeah, this is not a PR success. They'll have to spin it some way, or just not talk about it at all. How would you like to be these guys? You're almost too high above the water to jump. I mean, that's a painful jump. That's a 2-story fall. Maybe even 3 stories. It's a big jump. Bravely manning their posts. Okay, well, we've spent about 10 minutes just doing nothing but looking at the chaos of the destroyer situation. I guess I'll just stay locked on, and I think I'm actually just going to put an edit into the video here, because I don't think we're going to be able to move fast enough underwater. These guys might be detecting us still. Let's see what our... No, we're able to get... We are able to get... oh, no, we went down to 8 again. I think it's just going to constantly stop us because of hydrophone contacts, so I might just put a cut in the video. Our goal is to get all the way back to port on this episode. We have 0 weapons. We have absolutely nothing. No torpedoes, no deck gun ammo, and no flak ammo. So, yeah, we're in pretty poor shape when it comes to trying to mount an offensive. Okay, well, like I said, I think we'll just sneak on out of here. I don't think it's going to be too hard to just do something like this. And then honestly, we're just going to almost make a beeline home. Probably head for deeper waters. Just for a little bit. It won't matter. We get over here and it's shallower waters again, but we'll probably just make a straight line home from there. Okay, so I will... Yeah, I guess I'll just run it here. We don't have much to do. We have detected this one. Okay, so which one am I detecting right now? And he's at 80, but the one at 45, 50? Yeah. 50, yeah. We did lose it, actually. Where'd it go? Turn slightly to port. So it should be right here. Okay, yeah, we can still lock on. I'm aiming at the protrusion, the stern, but I have to actually aim at the underwater portion. As silly as that is. So. And we're still making 6 knots going ahead standard underwater, which is pretty good. Maybe to keep ourselves from being destroyed by this tribal, I'm just going to take it down to 1/3, and we'll keep plowing out of here. That'll put us at about 4 or 5 knots. Should have shifted to the right, I believe. Is it, like, completely sunk now? Or did I just miss it? Oh, I'm getting the wrong one. I need to bring it back to about 67. There it is. Yeah, we can still get this guy, so he's... he is not sinking. I don't know where I'm going. Where are you? Did I go the wrong way? Sometimes I do that. No, this is about the right way. I feel like we're not going the right direction. Come on, 90 degrees off should take me... Okay, let's... Just go 60 degrees and you should hit land. But 70... Yeah, I was doing that, though. Maybe it's a sign that I'm just not supposed to know. Okay, now we have it. I was going too far to the left. So this ship is still registering as intact. That's about as unsalvageable a situation as I can imagine. I guess the same thing happened. They probably drove up there onto the bank with their bow, maybe ripped a hole, ripped some kind of tear in their hull, and when they tried to reverse back and turn, they started taking on water, and I guess they sank, nose first. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just push on then. Nothing really that interesting to see. This guy seems mobile, but I don't think there's going to be anything else to catch us or even threaten us on the way out. He looks like he's lodged in the bank as well. And we're doing okay. Probably ahead 1/3 is efficient, pretty efficient as far as moving with your battery. And I don't want to take it below 25, so that's about 50%. So once we get to about 50% on the battery, I think we'll go ahead and surface. At this point, I already think it's okay. It's completely okay for us to surface. You know, very unlikely anything is going to catch us, but just as a safety measure, we'll wait a little bit longer. I just like to have battery in case, you know, another ship appears out of nowhere and we have to take some emergency maneuvers underwater. Of course, you'd like your battery to be available for anything like that. But this was a lot of fun. I would say that even though there was a little funkiness in the last episode and, you know, in this one as well, the adventure in Escapal Flow was a lot of fun. The tension building when we had to make the stealth entrance, I absolutely loved maneuvering through the block ships. I mean, it was one of my favorite moments of the whole series when we actually launched the 4 torpedoes, even though I made the mistake and launched 2 at the same destroyer. We somehow got the other 2 torpedoes over the submarine net, and that plan worked out well. So, good. Everything, all in all, a successful trip. Alright, let's go to Dexawash now.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
I kind of set that to 6, but that was intentional. It'll be kind of Dexawash. And I imagine we're going to have to replace our crew. Nope, they're doing okay. Those guys are a bit tired. These guys are a bit tired. I haven't done much crew management. And that is one thing I think I've mentioned a few times. I'm kind of not like enamored with the crew management aspect, so. Get you up top. Let's see. Oh, they brought 4 fresh bodies in. That's good. Get these guys in. Get this guy in. Probably need to replace these guys. and move them into the electric engines. It's just needless tedium. But we have a good crew out. Let's see how we look. So 7 meters is technically completely decks awash, but if you get flat water, 6 is about right. 5, I think, is the actual surface the boat. You can probably get 7, no problem. I just wanted something very, very close to 7. Like 6.8, you know? Alright. Just give our batteries some time to recharge. And steam on ahead. I'm going to go to 32, which is actually going to give some of our crewmen time to rest. The pause of endurance at 64 and higher applies to people trying to rest as well. And since we had a lot of people who needed rest, I'm going to run at 32 for a little while, just to give them a little time to recover. That's probably good enough. And out we go. Okay, I'm just going to fully surface the boat at this point. Everyone's looking good. Everyone's looking good. Yeah. Oh, these guys probably could do with a crew change. Let's see, do we have anybody? Yeah. One available. Oops. I could go 512, but during the nighttime I'm okay with going 512, but I don't want an airplane to approach us. Oh my gosh. How to deal with this situation? We have absolutely nothing. We just have nothing.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
I don't see it. It's a coastal vessel. Well, let's approach a little bit more before I make my decision. I imagine we let it go, obviously. I mean, we don't have any choice. But if it's a coastal vessel and a really, really small one, you could always test out the ramming mechanics in this game. I don't know if you've seen, but we have a pretty threatening little net cutter, submarine net cutter in the front, which I'm sure would do almost nothing because it'd be above the impact. Yeah. All right. Well, let's just probably just go to periscope depth.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Seerohrtiefe.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Tiefe unter Kiel.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Go to periscope depth. Oh God! Before we do, though, get these guys out. Good. Very good. And just go 64 for a while. Let them pass. We don't need any kind of periscope on him. Who cares? We'll wait for him to go a little further because it'll be much easier for him to spot us at this angle, since we'll be giving our whole broadside to him. And that's probably sufficient. Alright, let's go ahead and cruise at a head standard. A little bit better speed. And we have no point in trying to conserve fuel. We have plenty of fuel, I'm sure. Let's just get home. Yeah, we can go 9,000 kilometers. Yeah, it's more than we need. Okay, I'm going to drop to 256 now that it's daytime. We also should get this guy and probably our watch officer is worth putting on deck on the bridge, because the most dangerous part for us is going to be this first leg. The further we get away, the less chance that we'll be encountering any aircraft. In the meantime, let's try to take a look at the shipping lanes that we've identified. Alright, I have it recorded. I can always reference this video for myself later. I'm actually going to clear everything and just take a look at... We more or less know what happened, right, with each one of these. It does look like the shipping lane does something like this, or you peel off this way. Oh, we slowed down to 8 because we detected something. I'm not interested. Alright, so let's do clear all. Make sure I'm not missing anything.
Schiff gesichtet.
Oh my gosh. Where? How far? Southwest, slow. Range.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 287. Große Entfernung.
Well, they haven't spotted us, so let's just go down to periscope depth, play it safe. I forgot these guys were in the torpedo room. Ah, frustrating. Go, move. 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 Very good. Alright. We passed yet? No. Should be good enough. Yeah. We'll pretend that's good enough. Good enough. And speed back. Back to the future. Alright, let's do this. Clear. So now it's... Oh, yeah, it actually reported these guys sunk. Although the gray, I think, implies I didn't do the sinking. Although the two that we sank were over here. What in God's name? Did they lose all these destroyers? It's just insane. It's just insane. I think the pattern is recognizable. They have this clear path around the Shetland Islands, or you can cut through the Orkneys, but they stay very close to the Orkneys when they pass through this strait. So I've been angling a little bit too far to the northeast. I think I should tuck in a little bit closer to the Orkneys when I'm making this trip around it. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's pretty clear. Just make a line with this. I head full now that it's dark. Probably something like this is the merchant path we're looking at here. And the middle one is a little bit tighter than I thought. Something like that. Okay, well, let's get home. 5:12 because it is nighttime out. I head full because, you know, nighttime and everything. Radio messages are just going to slow us down. Russia has invaded Finland. Okay, the Winter War has begun. And that is ultimately going to put Finland on our side. Now, I really don't like going to 1024, but I think we'll do it. Really don't have anything else to wait for. There shouldn't be too many things patrolling in this area, and it is nighttime, so I'm not worried about aircraft. Oh wow, so what a patrol. We got very close to getting sunk in Scapa Flow with that destroyer. I really would like to be engaging things more in the open water. I mean, I've said this already a few times, but I really was giving us only like 50-50 odds to make it out. And you can see why. It's so easy. Just a single depth charge in the wrong place, and it's game over. We have enough fuel, I assume, to make it. Yeah, even at this speed, we can get another 5,500. Well, we are U-46 if I'm not mistaken. Yep. It's not asking us. I'd actually like to get home faster in terms of date time, because this is the heyday. This is really the best time. Until about mid-1941, the U-boats just have such a massive advantage. Merchant ships aren't very well organized. The escorts have very poor technology. That'll all change, but for now, we want to get back as quickly as possible to get right back out, sink some more ships. This would have been one of those times appropriate for a cut in the video, but we're almost there now. I think you only have to get within, is it 20 kilometers of a friendly port to be able to cancel out? Well, that's that's still pretty close. Didn't quite get it. Alright, so once we get inside this circle, once we get to this point, I think we can safely leave our patrol. A friendly, no doubt. What have we spotted for ourselves? Patrol craft, okay. Fair enough. Wave the German flag. We don't have it, but this flagpole right here could support... Whoa! My apologies. This one right here could support, and that's where we'd put the flag. I think there is a mod which allows you to do that too. But we're almost back now. Just take us home. I'm not really worried about crew fatigue at this point, although these guys are probably gassed. No, because of our time compression trick, they didn't lose that much. Ooh, a warship. That's exciting. Which is off. Yep, it's off our port. Ooh, that's a pretty cool sunrise coming in. I don't see it though. I still don't see it. Is it the... That would be so appropriate and an amazing coincidence if this was the same destroyer group we had seen on our way out. Let's go find out. This does not look like a destroyer. What were these called? Oh, there's the other one. Ah, that's pretty cool. Look at the camouflage. Schnell boots or something like that. Almost home now. Everyone on deck for port entrance. I probably came in at too high of time compression, unfortunately. I messed things up. But you know what? We can actually try to dock it ourselves. Although, honest to God, I don't know which place we're supposed to use. Which one do we come out of? Does it matter? I mean, it doesn't matter. Just make sure we don't hit somebody on the way in. Ooh, another submarine. We'll just go park ourselves next to the other submarine. Whoa, 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 stop, stop. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a big ship. Oh, it's cool. Now that we're at war, they have the air balloons up to try to prevent air attacks.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 230. Große Entfernung.
Well, this is a sight for sore eyes. We've been on the sea. When were our orders given?
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 223. Große Entfernung. Schiff gesichtet.
I don't remember actually when we left. It was, what, middle of November? That doesn't seem right. Was it the end of October? Can't remember exactly. I think it might have been the end of October. This is a very short trip for a submarine, only being out 1 month. But we were very efficient with our time. We used all our torpedoes. Look at this ship. Oh my gosh. It just hit me right now how impressive this is. We shut down so much shipping from the British. That's really impressive. I mean, add that on top of a successful trip to Scapa Flow, and yeah, we've done things well. Go ahead and bring her close, and I'll bring her in from there. Okay.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
All right.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Where's the port entrance? Lest I miss it. I missed it. Where is it? Where is it? Are we going by it? No. 30 degrees. Look at my 30 degrees. Oh, there it is. Holy cow. Is that it? The bloody hell, man. This is small. No, it's right here. Hello. Alright, take us down to head 1/3. 90 degrees to starboard.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 349.
We're gonna miss it. That's alright. Just gonna turn these guys off. We did okay. 10 degrees to starboard. Let's make it 5 degrees to starboard. Yep, let's give it the extra 5. Helm, 5 more degrees to starboard. Now, which of these is unoccupied? So we have a submarine here. I think we'll just go into the one at the very back there. Three degrees to starboard. Alright, let's just start using this. I think what my plan is This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna try to turn around. So let's do 30 degree. Okay, let's go. How much space do we have? Yeah. Hard to starboard.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Or sorry, hard to port.
Ruder hart Backbord.
If I can get my tail into any of these, I'll be happy.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 163. Große Entfernung.
I get it. Okay, hard to starboard. Look at that tiny little Type 2. This is the one we'll be aiming for, I think. Dead ahead of us. They're celebrating our return. I think that's the one we left from. Yeah, I think that's the correct one we left from. So. All back standard, and that should do it. Hard to port. Looks like we're gonna miss. Not too badly though. Head slow. Hard to starboard. Back slow. Rudder midship. Hard to starboard. Oh god, I went the wrong way. I meant hard to port. Now I have to go hard to starboard. I always get these things backwards. Now bring us back. Back slow, midship. Should be good as is. We were able to bring our ship more or less back in. Maybe just 10 degrees to starboard. Okay, midship. And I'll stop. Head slow. And I'll stop. There we go. Now we could finagle with the back and forth of it all, but we've done an okay job putting our ship more or less where we want it. This is obviously way too big of a pen for us, but it is where we were deployed from, so I put us more or less, actually almost dead stopped as well, right back where we began. Oh man, we're supposed to be in that pen. Dang it. Well, I'm not gonna do it again. All right, so let's bring this patrol to a close. Exit patrol. Dock at Wilhelmshaven. Oh, look at this. We've been awarded the Iron Cross Second Class, and we've been promoted, which is good because I think some of the people on our ship are higher ranked than us, which is a little weird. So let's look at the reports. We sank 3 destroyers. Let's see, we sank 2 in Scapa Flow. Yeah, we sank all 3 in Scapa Flow, so it gave us credit for those 3, but it didn't give us any credit for any of the warships that sank running into land. 14 merchants sunk. I don't know if that includes what I think it should. The troop transport. I don't think so. Yeah, we did it. Actually, we started in the middle. This is only a 2-week patrol. Incredibly, incredibly short. But very good. Let's take a look at our medals. We've earned now the Iron Cross, 2nd class. Well, I don't know what else to say. It's a fantastic thing. I'm sure we got plenty of promotions, but I generally don't want to mess around with those until we begin our deployment. So once we look at our mission, that's no longer the... Now we know our mission next time will be AM 11, which I don't know where that is. Hard to see. But yeah, it's now 2nd of January, so this is when we can start looking at our promotions and all that. What were we given? 2 promotions. Iron Cross 2nd class, 22 war badges. Wow, plenty. And a qualification, which I think it might be time for us to get a hydrophone, a specific hydrophone operator. But I'll mess around with all those things off camera. I might be adding medals to everyone just to prevent my need to micromanage it all. But thanks for watching. This is going to conclude the patrol. So leave your comments if you enjoyed this series. I do want to put in eventually a patrol of Silent Hunter 4, which I also really enjoy, and I think the graphics of that game are a little bit better. I should mention that Wolfpack 345 is doing a new patrol that he just started up, I think like a few days ago. So if you miss the Silent Hunter 3 action in between, go ahead and check out his channel. In fact, Wolfpack, if you watch this, go ahead and leave a little note at the bottom so people know where they can find you. And I might actually steal some of his mods. He has a lot of mods. This is going to be the time in port between missions where I should be doing any mod upgrades. So yeah, other than that, I guess that's everything I want to say. Thanks so much for your support during this little series, and maybe we'll be back out for patrol number 2 in the near future. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.